guys, it's Janixa and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the polishes I wore in the month of February 2022. Isn't it crazy that we're already in March? It's crazy. January always seems to take forever and then February just speeds by. So we'll see how March feels. In the month of January I wore 13 polishes, which that's a lot. But in February, I wore 11, so that's also a lot, considering February is a bit of a shorter month. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. The very first manicure that I wore for February is called Clubhouse Cocktails from NCLA, and this was my very first time trying the brand, and you guys, they left a very, very good first impression. I was not expecting for this polish to go on almost as a one coater. I was completely shocked. Like as soon as I put that first stroke on my nail, that first layer, I was just so surprised that this was almost a one coater given how light the color is. Honestly, this was the polish that made me fall in love with NCLA, and now anytime I go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, I'm always looking out for them because, you guys, for $3.99, the quality, they are worth it. If you haven't tried NCLA yet, I highly recommend that you do. The next polish I wore was from Lynn Rose. That is an indie brand that is on Etsy. I wore their white polish. It's called Instant Delight. That is my absolute favorite white polish. It's just, it's not like a whiteout white, but it's also not milky, and it's completely opaque in 2 easy coats. I really love it. It's only $10, I believe, on Etsy. Again, it's called Lynn Rose Instant Delight. I highly recommend that if you're looking for a really good white that isn't chalky but also isn't milky. Then I layered KB Shimmer's Frequent Flyer over Instant Delight, and oh man, it's so beautiful. That topper from KB Shimmer is just absolutely gorgeous. I've worn it a couple of times and I really love the way that it transforms white polish. I need to give it a try over a darker polish, maybe a black, but over the white polish, I absolutely loved it. Next up, I wanted to try and get into the Valentine's Day feel, and I wore 90 Lacquer's Flirt. You guys, I love 90 Lacquer. It's one of my favorite indie brands, but Flirt is like a neon pink and I just wasn't feeling it. I don't like the way that it looks on me. I don't like how it looks on my skin tone. I don't know, it just, the neonness of it was just not, it wasn't vibing with me. I don't mind pink polish at all. I've mentioned it here that pink polish is one of my favorite colors to wear on my nails, but for some reason this one I just didn't like it, and I ended up taking it off the very next day. I was tempted to take it off right then and there after I had already finished my mani, but I figured let me just give it a chance, maybe it'll grow on me, but it really didn't. It had a great formula, absolutely, and nothing wrong with the polish at all. It's just my personal preference. I just didn't really like the neonness of the pink. Next up, I wore Lost Magic from Glam Polish. This one, I was so surprised by it. I don't think I've ever worn a polish like this. It's funny because usually when I see these big flakies in some polishes of this particular color, I tend to stay away from them. I always think it's gonna look weird, or I don't know, I just don't usually like them. But as soon as I finished swatching this one, I knew I wanted to get it on my nails quick. It is absolutely gorgeous. The formula is amazing and it lasted on me with absolutely no chips for about 3 days. Next up, I wore China Glaze's, I think it's pronounced Luminescence. I'm not sure, but it's from their new spring 2022 collection. I love this one. You guys, it's like every time I swatch a collection, there's always one polish that really stands out at me, and I know once I'm done swatching, I want to go ahead and put this polish on, and that's exactly what happened here. I saw this purple, it was absolutely gorgeous, I just had to put it on. Now, For those of you who weren't able to get your hands on Essie's Rumor Jazzit collection, this polish is actually really similar to the polishes in that collection. It's just, oh, it's so beautiful. When I saw it and then I went back and I saw some of my Essie Rumor Jazzit collection swatches, I realized that they're actually very similar. So if you want to get a little bit of a feel for that Essie Rumor Jazzit collection, since we unfortunately didn't get it in the US, then this one from China Glaze is definitely close. Next up, I wore Awesome Together by Rogue Lacquer. I really enjoyed this one. I actually wore it matte. I have never worn a Crelly matte, but I thought I would go ahead and give this one a try, and I loved it. I love that, you know, satin feel. I was constantly rubbing my nails just because I really enjoyed the feel of it. And honestly, this Crelly is so good. The formula is really great. You know, normally with Crellys, white-based Crellys, I need a third coat because the white base is just not, you know, as in your face as you would like it to be, and sometimes there's even streaks in them. But this one from Rogue Lacquer was a complete and obvious two-coater. The white base really, you know, was really stark white, so it was perfect. I absolutely loved it. Rogue Lacquer is quickly becoming one of my favorite indie brands, and I'm just excited to see what else Rachel releases. Next up, I wore Polar Vortex by Daveen Lacquer. I really love this one too. All the flakies in there. Ooh, I just kept putting my nails in the light or in the sunlight to try and get a glimpse of all the flakies, and it's a beautiful polish. It's perfect for the cold months. You got that dark vampy color. I absolutely enjoyed this one very much. Next up, I wore Just for Kicks from the Expressi line. I really like this color. It's like a sagey grayish color. It was so pretty. I could not stop thinking about it when I saw some swatch pictures, so I knew that I had to hurry up and get it on my nails. I am not a huge fan of the Expressi brush, the angled, you know, brush. It's just a little confusing sometimes, but overall the formula was very, very good, and I love the color. The only thing that I will say is Expressi doesn't seem to last as long on my nails as regular Essie does. I can usually get 2 to 3 days of Essie without getting any wear to my tips, but for Expressi, I noticed wear on my tips the very next day after I did the manicure. So I don't know, I might have to keep testing Expressi out to see if the wear time is different than regular Essie, but for now, it is different in my opinion. I feel like Expressi does not last as long on your nails as Essie does. Next up, I put on It's a West Village by Essie. I love shades like this, and I kind of was in a bit of a fall color mood this month. I don't know, I just wanted to wear all the fall colors. They're gorgeous, and I feel like wearing fall colors in the winter, that's still okay, that goes. I'm trying not to be so picky with, you know, wearing polishes only in the season that they belong to, but honestly, I do that because I have so many polishes that it gives me the chance to wear all of them, you know, so I'm not wearing a bright neon in the winter, even though sometimes you're in that mood and you just need to go ahead and do it. This was a really gorgeous polish with an amazing formula, and it did last on my nails with no chips for 3 days-ish. I believe that's how long I wore it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Next up, I wore Painted Polishes Mermaid in Mauve, and this one is beautiful, you guys. It's packed with flakies and glitter, and you would think that with a polish packed with so much stuff like this, it would be hard to work with, but it is absolutely not. The formula is amazing. 2 easy coats is all it takes. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I would suggest when you're wearing this polish is to maybe double up on your top coat, because I only put 1 coat of top coat on, and I feel like it just, the glitter and the flakies kind of like ate it, so it ended up not looking as glossy as I would have liked. But yeah, just either a glitter grabber or another coat of top coat should fix that right up. And the last polish I wore in the month of February 2022, and the one that I still currently have on, is from Believe Beauty, and it is called Golden Girl. And this one is the cheapest polish that I wore all month at only $1 at Dollar General. You guys, these polishes from Dollar General are so good. They are worth the money for sure. Like I said, this one was $1, and it is a mustardy kind of yellow. I did still need 3 coats. I'm used to that with yellows. Usually all yellows need 3 coats. This one is really pretty. Like I said, only $1. They do have another line that's a little bit more. I think they're about $2, but they are very worth it also. I think I have almost every single polish that they've released, and I have not been disappointed yet. They are really beautiful polishes. Alright, you guys, that's it for this video. These were all the polishes that I wore in the month of February 2022. Please let me know in the comments down below what polishes you wore this month. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!